Hello and welcome to grammar class. Today's topic is the gerund phrase. As you know, a phrase is a group of words that acts as a part of speech and has no finite verb and its subject. And before I explain the gerund phrase, let's understand the gerund first. Well, a gerund is a verbal noun. In other words, a gerund is made from a verb by adding or suffixing ing to its base form, but used as a noun in a sentence. In short, a gerund is called a verbal noun because it's made from a verb but used as a noun in the sentence. And since a gerund acts as a noun, it's used either as the subject or an object or a complement in a sentence. For example, in the sentence walking is good for health, walking is a gerund. It's made from the verb walk by adding ing to it, but used as the subject or a noun in the sentence. Again, in the sentence, he is fond of swimming, swimming is a gerund. It's made from the verb swim but used as the object of the preposition of. So clearly, a gerund is the ing form of a verb but used as a noun in the sentence. Now, a gerund phrase is a group of words that contains a gerund as the head word and its modifiers or its objects. Just like a gerund phrase also acts as a noun in a sentence, so it's used either as the subject or the object of a verb or preposition or a complement in a sentence. Now see some examples of gerund phrases in sentences on your screen. For example, in the sentence, reading in dim light damages one's eyesight, reading in dim light is a gerund phrase. It's used as the subject in this sentence. In the next example, he hates traveling by train. Traveling by train is a gerund phrase. And this gerund phrase is used as the object of the verb hates. Then in the next sentence, children are fond of listening to fairy tales. Listening to fairy tales is a gerund phrase, which is used as the object of the preposition of. Reckless driving often leads to mishaps. In this sentence, reckless driving is the gerund phrase used as the subject of the sentence. In the last example here, his life purpose is helping the helpless. Helping the helpless is the gerund phrase in this sentence. And this gerund phrase is the complement of the link verb is in this sentence because it completes the sentence. Now let's examine the compositions or patterns of these gerund phrases one by one. The first gerund phrase, for example, reading in dim light, is made up of the gerund reading and the adverbial phrase in dim light. The second gerund phrase, traveling by train, is also made up of the gerund traveling and the adverb phrase by train. In the next example, the gerund phrase listening to fairy tales contains the gerund listening to and its object fairy tales. The composition of the next gerund phrase, reckless driving, is slightly different. It contains the gerund driving preceded by its modifier adjective reckless. So in a gerund phrase, the gerund may come either at the beginning or in the middle or at the end of it. In the last example, the gerund phrase helping the helpless contains the gerund helping and its object the helpless. In this way, we see that a gerund phrase consists of a gerund and its modifier or object and does the work of a noun in a sentence. Now, as you know, a gerund is made from a verb by adding ing to its base form. And a gerund is the head word of a gerund phrase. So a gerund phrase is also called a verbal phrase. But make no mistake, a verbal phrase and a verb phrase are different. But a gerund phrase is also a noun phrase because it does the work of a noun in a sentence, being used as the subject or the object or a complement in a sentence. Finally, see some more examples of gerund phrases on your screen. In the first example, I don't like he's smoking here. He's smoking here is the gerund phrase used as the object of the sentence. Remember, before a gerund, a noun or a pronoun is always in its possessive case. In the next example, the gerund phrase meeting her parents after ages is the complement of the link verb is. And this gerund phrase contains the gerund meeting, its object her parents, and the adverb phrase after ages. In the sentence he apologized for being late, the gerund phrase being late is used as the object of the preposition for. Now see the next example. The driving of heavy vehicles is prohibited here. In this sentence, the gerund phrase the driving of heavy vehicles is the subject of the sentence. In this gerund phrase, the definite article the has come before the gerund driving. In the next example, you can't help feeling depressed sometimes. The gerund phrase is feeling depressed sometimes. And this gerund phrase is the object of the verb help in this sentence. But sometimes a gerund phrase makes a negative sense. It starts with not. For example, in the sentence, it's difficult for him not smoking for a whole day. Not smoking for a whole day is the gerund phrase. So you see, gerund phrases are basically noun phrases and they are used in diverse ways in sentences. So hopefully you have understood all about the gerund phrase. If you liked the video, please be sure to like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel for more grammar videos. Thank you so much for watching the video until the end.